Hello and welcome, this is Edoreld, and today I'm going to show you the latest changes in GregTech, which is now at version 3.07d. So let's get started. The first thing I'm going to take a look at is the log upgrade, a new upgrade that allows you to make your machines private and make them resistant to pickaxes. Now you craft it with one iridium plate and either one refined iron or one aluminum plate in an assembling machine. You can right-click one of your GregTech machines with it to apply it, and this will do two things. In a multiplayer environment, you will be the only player that's allowed to access the machine. Additionally, you will no longer be able to break it with a pickaxe. But of course, you will be still able to wrench it. Another block that has also received some changes is the electric crafting table. Now it has the mixer mode, which acts just like a factorization mixer. So one of the recipes in the factorization mixer is dirty iron gravel and a water bucket that makes clean iron gravel. Now I also want to show you a feature that's been in GregTech since a few versions back, which is the ability for the crafting table to fill buckets if the crafting table has some water. So in this case I'm using a pump module here that's importing water from the tank, and as soon as I take a piece of clean iron gravel off, it's gonna fill that water bucket and perform the recipe again. And if you pay attention to the tank on the right, it's actually taking off liquid from it as the crafting table uses it to fill the buckets. Additionally, there's this mode called repair mode, which allows you to do things like combine bows to get the repair item. So if there are other items that work like bows, you can put them in this mode and it will combine them and repair them. Alright, now this machine here is actually a machine box with 5 titanium covers. If I were to wrench this machine, I can put it back again and it's actually gonna keep the covers that it had when I wrenched it. So that's a neat change. The assembling machine has also had some recipes added into it. You can take a look yourself. There's now a staggering amount of 311 pages of recipes. Of course, each page has only one recipe, so maybe it's not that much. Next up, we've got 4 new machines: the charger box, battery box, battery charger, and large charger. And basically you can consider them as tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 4 in terms of storage. These machines have an interface and they have slots. So the lower tier 1 has 1 slot, then you've got 4, 9, and the large charger, the more expensive one, has 16. Now how these machines work similarly to BatBoxes. They have a capacity by default of 10,128 EU, and they also by default can accept up to 32 EU per package, and they will output the same. Now you can provide energy to these machines from any of the non-output sites, for example here, and they're gonna store it inside their internal buffer, and then you can use that energy and output it somewhere, so just like a BatBox. The difference, however, is that for storage, these machines depend on the items you put inside. So let's take this one here, for example, and let's put a battery. Now the storage is whatever amount of capacity the items in here have, plus the internal buffer, really. So that's the amount of energy it's going to be able to store. So you can see the battery has drained a little bit. If I were to put if I were to provide this block with energy, the battery is going to start charging, and any other items that are here will start charging as well. Now the items that you're going to be able to use here depend on the transformer capability of the blocks. So for example, I would not be able to use a lab pack here because a lab pack is considered a tier 2 item. So it's not gonna use the lab pack. Let's let it drain first of all, and then you're gonna see that it's not gonna take energy from the lab pack. because it doesn't have the necessary upgrades. Now the BatBox is at this level and the lab pack has a lot of energy but is not being used. Now if I apply a transformer upgrade, not only I'm gonna be able to use tier 2 items like the lab pack, but it's also gonna change its appearance. So check this out. Oh yeah, now the machine is able to accept and output up to 128 EU per package. And if we take a look inside, it's already drained a little bit of energy of the lab pack, and it's able, of course it explodes because the lab pack is only accept up to 32 EU per package, but if I put an MFE, it's gonna start outputting energy into it. Now you can also upgrade it again with a transformer upgrade to get this interface, and now the machine can accept and output up to 512 EU per package, and you can use tier 3 items to charge it. If I upgrade it again, I'm gonna need an HV transformer upgrade, and once I put it, it's gonna look like this. And now this can accept tier 4 items, like for example a gravity chest plate. Let's try putting a matter fabricator on the output side, and you're gonna see that this is gonna start filling up with energy as it drains it from the gravity chest plate. Similarly, if you put a quantum generator here, it's gonna start filling up the items inside, so in this case the gravity chest plate. There's a last upgrade tier which is also triggered with the HV transformer upgrade, and is gonna allow your machine to accept packages up to 8192 EU and output packages of that voltage. And that's how these blocks work. Next up, I want to show you a change in how the range works. So let's get ourselves a random block, the machine box, and we've got the output here, right? Now, if you right click, depending on where you right click, the output side is gonna move one way or the other. If you right click in the middle, the output side is gonna go to the face you're clicking on. If you right click on a corner, the output side is gonna go to the opposite face. If you right click on a side of any face, the output side is gonna go to the side that's closest to where you clicked on, not including the side you clicked on. So if I right click on the top of this side, the output side is gonna go on the top. If I right click on the left side, it's gonna go to the left. Right click on the right, goes to the right. Right click here, is gonna go to this side, and so forth. If you want to dismantle a machine, you simply right click on the output side. And that's how the wrench works now. Let's take a look at the last block. Alright, let's take a look at the GregTech teleporter, which is crafted with 3 industrial craft teleporters, 1 highly advanced machine block, 4 energy flow circuits, and 1 lapotronic energy orb. When you place it in the world, it's gonna look like this. It has this blue side, which is where it's gonna read a player in order to teleport him, and you can change it by using a wrench. So I'm just gonna put it in the top. Now this machine accepts up to 10 million EU, so I'm gonna start providing it energy in preparation for teleporting. And with a scanner you can see that it's starting to get energy stored. Now this machine has an interface in which you can specify a set of coordinates. Now the buttons change the X, the Y, and the Z coordinates. You have bigger buttons for bigger changes, and I'm just gonna put it at this coordinate, for example. And the last thing I need to do in order to teleport is to apply a redstone signal and be on the side that is set to teleport. So the moment I step on this pressure plate, it's gonna teleport me to the coordinates I specified. Except for it doesn't exactly teleport you to the coordinates you set. As you can see on my minimap, I'm at -479, -419, and the coordinates here are -480, -420. What the thing does is add 0.5 to whatever coordinates you put here in order to not teleport you inside a block. So it's kind of a mechanism to prevent you from dying asphyxiated or something. There's also a way, supposedly, that you can use to teleport between dimensions, so, like from the overworld to the nether. I have this slight suspicion that it has to do with these plus and minus signs here, but might not be true. If you have any idea about it, I would recommend you maybe leave a comment and let me know how you do it. So these were the changes in GregTech version, well, up to version 3.07D. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.